Hello everyone and welcome back to AdventuresOfWellUmMe, and today we're going to be talking about Deus Ex Human Revolution for the PlayStation 3. This is Game of Day. We have a quick discussion about games in my collection, and yeah, I'm excited. I loved this game. I had a thing where, because I loved Final Fantasy, and I'm like, you know, Square Enix made Final Fantasy, I'm going to see what else they made. So anything that was kind of made by Square Enix or published by Square Enix, and at the time I was looking up all the Eidos Montreal things as well, because of the way that they worked with that, and all the Squaresoft stuff, and like it just all of those things. I just made this big thing about how I'm going to go through and I'm going to just try all different games from them and step away from just Final Fantasy and see what else they had on offer. So I pre-ordered this when it came out, the Augmented Edition, which I love the packaging for it. It's got this like nice hard kind of not clamshelly, but kind of clamshelly cardboard box, which inside you get an art book, and you got this special case for it, which inside you've got the instruction booklet, which is, you know, not something you see all these days, but you also got a explosive mission pack and tactical enhancement pack DLC, so it came with that, and then there was the game and a bonus DVD disc, which I find funny because the game came on a Blu-ray and then you got a DVD that came with it. But I liked getting those kind of special order, like special packs which came with like behind the scenes content. My Ni no Kuni 2 game has a Blu-ray that came with it, with kind of like a development diary thing, I think it was. And in that development diary thing, like, you know, you get all the like that behind the scenes stuff there. They talk about how they came up with the different ideas and things like that. I like those types of things. I love those making of and soundtrack type games. This also came with a motion comic, which is very different for a lot of the kind of bonus things that you get. I definitely would have watched it, I just can't remember exactly what happened in the comic. But yeah, I liked the option to play either full on like assault mode in this game or like that real tactical stealth mode. And I kind of played through both ways essentially in the game. I don't think I ever finished the completely stealth, non-lethal playthrough that I was doing. I got close to the end, but because that was like not long before I got my PlayStation 4 that I was still playing through that, so I probably won't get to finish that for a while unless they have the backwards compatibility on the PlayStation 5 when that comes out. Yeah, it was definitely one of those games that, stepping away from like the role-playing games, fantasy role-playing games with Final Fantasy from Square, I appreciated some of the other things that they've been involved with. I think that's good when you find a company that you do like with their games, when you can actually find a different genre from the game that you usually play, to be able to enjoy that as well to some, like, almost the same extent. I loved the concept of having the augmentations on you, and how that has changed and impacted your character's life. And it was because of an accident. He didn't choose to do it, whereas a lot of other characters choose to go into that. I mean, I know that there's a bit of a meme-y thing about that, and it is very repetitive, the whole I didn't choose to live like this kind of thing. But that's also, like, I do like that in the story. I think it's makes for an interesting character. But yeah, it's one of those things. Playing a like first person shooter from Square was definitely different. I mean, definitely better than the action shooter from Dirge of Cerberus, the Final Fantasy one with Vincent Valentine. That's a story for another day. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun, and I know that there was there's 2 other Deus Ex games that were on the PC. I've played through the first one and finished that. The second one, I'm not sure if I finished it. I have a feeling I did, because I had a thing like going through and playing all of these games, so I'm pretty sure I did finish that. And then the other one came out, which I cannot remember the name of it, the one that's on the PlayStation 4, and that one is nowhere near as good as this one. This one is much better. I found that the newest one in the series, I don't know, I felt like it lacked a lot, and I felt like I couldn't play stealth. I couldn't play non-lethal. Every time I tried, I just ended up in a situation where I would die and have to reload the level, or I just couldn't find a way around it. Whereas in Human Revolution, I at least found a way to kind of control it. I don't know, there was something about the newest one where I just couldn't get my head around the stealth as easily. And I know that there was this whole, I think it was weird DLC issues at launch in terms of what you could buy and spending money on it, and it was one of those, they had some weird thing where you had to like purchase the pre-orders for it, and that unlocked DLC along the way, and it wasn't handled well. It was very money grabbing kind of situation, so that was a bit unfortunate how they had done that. But all in all, still, I like the franchise. It's a good franchise, and I hope that they would continue or make a spin-off of some sort for this that just learns from those mistakes, because it doesn't exactly have to be like a Deus Ex situation, but storyline, but they could make something with like the augmentations in another franchise, which would be interesting, as long as they did learn from those mistakes, where they don't try and be as money hungry, we shall say. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this discussion about Deus Ex Human Revolution. Don't know what else I can say about it, but yeah, it's one of those games that I really did like, especially within, I guess, the past 10 or so years, in terms of finding something different from a company I did like. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing. Really does help out. And hopefully, going through these, we're having these discussions, one thing I'd like to do is kind of then do a full review of them later on down the track, kind of script it out, and then I can record that gameplay to go along with it. So you've got like this short kind of condensed discussion one, and then maybe we can have a longer video with a full review of the game. Let me know what you think about that. I'd be interested in you doing it. Definitely would interest me to kind of delve into the games again, and look at them and play them again, and with fresh eyes. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. My watch is beeping at me. Anyway, I'll catch you next time.